Distribution through technology. Not far from here or there, people used to send in their works of art through the mail. What's mail, you say? Is that like email? But of course, only a lot slower and more painful. Everyone used to communicate by sending letters to those said publishers in hopes of having their dream story published and read by the world. Though today it's similar, but different. Come, young Padawan, to the old world where creeks and crevices showed onto those yellow pages sent through ancient technology. The cowboys and their horses were the first ways to carry Wilder's works to publishers. It was such a harsh environment to bear, waiting anxiously for weeks on end for that return letter that might not ever get to those poor people. Most writers during this time period were well educated and lived lavish lives to begin with. Then, around the turn of the century, inventions changed how they communicated. Telegrams made it much easier to send letters, requesting information by being able to get a response within a few days instead of weeks. As if the publisher ever sent a telegram back, and yet the author still had to send his or her manuscript by mail on that lone cowboy. Another miracle occurred not much farther down the years called a telephone. This one changed the world forever, unlike its brethren, the telegram. Telephones had to be answered once they began to ring, or the person hearing it would go insane. So an author could get a definite explanation of why or why not the publisher would not publish their story. The biggest miracles of all began to appear a little less than 100 years after the telephone hit the shelves. Computers landed down from the rich and the poor, finally began being able to write. Someone really smart came along and said, let's send messages back and forth. Now a writer could just sit down at his computer and hammer out a story and send a manuscript with one click. Narrated and directed by Willow Ann Whiting. Thank you.